Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from Nashville. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Levis sets up to throw here. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Now on 4th down, here's Ryan Stone. House to punt for Tennessee. Deontay Hardy deep for Baltimore. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a first down.
Partner, I think that play echoed a short yardage run. I know they were backed against their own goal line, but when they stack the defensive line like that, if you find any type of a crease, you're up to the 3rd level before you know it.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Flowers going to go in motion right. And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
So roughing the passer, and they get the safety there.
And this is one, I think, where the safeties usually got to come a long way. So sometimes it's tough for them to slow down that momentum. That's going to draw the flag more times than not.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Second down, they go again with Henry. Oh, and now some space to operate. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 45 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Forced out to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession. Let's see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
As a quarterback, you got to be cautious. You got to understand where the pressure is going to come from. This time, it's a cornerback coming after him. And this time, the cornerback just a bit late getting to him. The penalty assessed.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Here's Pollard again. Evades him at the 20. And down inside the 15 he goes. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
Out of the gun to give to Spears.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
Put a man in motion left, Ridley. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's third down.
Now we've got movement up front. I think this is going to be on the Titans.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. Third and long.
Now Levis. That's dumped off to Pollard.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. One of the tight ends comes in motion.
Pollard is in. Touchdown, Tennessee.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. They keep it with Henry on first down. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
94 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Henry. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Jackson now off the bootleg.
That is caught, Rashad Bateman. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
So roughing the passer call is accepted, and this officiating crew not making very many friends here with this crowd.
Yeah, we all know that everyone accuses the officials of kind of playing to the home team, but not in this case. They're just trying to administer the game the way it's supposed to be. That drew the flag. When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Henry, touchdown, Baltimore. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here is 3rd and 5.
On the draw, it's Pollard. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow.
Derrick Henry all alone.
Now he's loose at the 40, inside the 20.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Brutal. So take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. Throwing is Jackson.
He finds Bateman over the middle.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 125 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Jackson. That's complete left side to Bateman. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So that drive 7 plays in length. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 7. Levis to throw it. That's complete. It's Josh Wiley.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Pollard will take it up the gut.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Well, the ball's loose. Levis has it knocked free. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Eluding the pressure right. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Inside handoff, Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Jackson now.
A slant route caught by Bateman.
And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Rashad Bateman.
34 yards.
And the Ravens take a 3-touchdown lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. The Titans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Shifts by him, fights off the defender, sheds another.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And the Ravens, they'll take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. From the gun, Jackson.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And he'll be taken down after big yardage. But, folks, there is a flag down, and they're already walking this one back.
Well, so much for the first down.
And they could have, would have, should have had a first down, but my English teacher's not going to be happy with this one. They didn't.
From midfield now, here's Jackson.
Well, looking deep here for Flowers.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Here's Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 50 yards.
And the Ravens continue to pull away here in this first half.
Tucker with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now here's Levis now on 3rd and long.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And some strong running.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Baltimore Raven offense returns, and we see wide receiver Rashad Bateman bringing him out.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defense, is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Now Jackson.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now it's Jackson.
That's going deep for Bateman. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
To throw is Jackson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. They go play action with Jackson. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Now it's Jackson.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will extend their lead even further.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Levis on 3rd down. Swinging this out for Pollard.
And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
He'll start with a give to Henry. 177 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Henry up the middle. Fighting through it. He's got space. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now. Here's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Flowers. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 37. A good pickup there, a 22. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Shreds the tackle. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Jackson from the shotgun. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
So roughing the passer there on 2nd and goal. They'll get half the distance and a fresh set of downs to try to punch one in.
Again, Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are pouring it on. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. A 10-play drive that time. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
So the incomplete pass there, but the roughing the passer call bails them out.
Which means you have to stay on the field on defense longer because you've given the offense free snaps, not to mention the free yardage after that mistake.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Levis throwing again on second down. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Levis back to throw. Drops this underneath for Pollard.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
They'll throw it again with Levis.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Back to throw, it's Levis. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal.
Levis looking to throw.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Yeah, no question. He got to the QB late, CD, and that's going to get a flag every time.
Every single time. Because let's face it, the league is always going to have an emphasis on.
Well, the ball's loose. Levis has it knocked free. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Levis.
And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime.
Well, you can't skip halftime on Sundays, but you can right here. So it's over, and on to the third quarter we march.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Second half begins with a run by Henry. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Henry out of the pistol. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 4.
A give to Henry.
And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. They go play action now. Jackson being chased out left.
Oh, that held up there a long time, but it falls innocently and incomplete. So roughing the passer there, a big mistake defensively.
Yeah, and even though you've got a quarterback out of the pocket and the rules change downfield, that doesn't mean the same rules don't apply with the QB. Anything more than one step, they're going to throw a flag on you every time.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And they'll get this down to the 10. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Operating from the gun, Jackson buying time to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the 2nd half. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
This is 2nd and 8. Here's Levis.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Roquan Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Levis from the gun. That is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive, Jackson.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Jackson.
That's going deep for Bateman.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
It's caught by Aguilar.
Down the right sideline, inside the 10,
and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar.
70 yards, and the Ravens extend their lead yet again.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Tennessee offense set to go again. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll drop to throw. And incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
He's been terrific so far. .43 yards on the punt, return of 4.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore. Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. That penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Back to throw. Jackson.
This one into the hands of Aguilar.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2? Maybe even 3 more plays.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Patrick Ricard
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Ravens get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Levis sets up to throw here. Throw to the right, caught by Okonkwo.
That's good, the completion there. For 7 yards, and that'll leave them with a third and just a yard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Levis on 3rd and 1. And, oh, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as he's on to punt for Tennessee. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
And that flag accepted.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Operating from the gun, Jackson.
And, oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. Flush to his right.
They're looking deep here for Flowers.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot. But it's 3rd down.
Oh, he's been fun to watch in this one. He's made the correct reads all game long and helped stake his team a huge lead. Running, passing, he's made all the right decisions. But that wasn't the right read on that one. It falls incomplete.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. His big day receiving just keeps getting bigger. He's over 200 yards now on the afternoon. Jackson on 1st down. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Throwing is Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. Oh, nice move. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Well, they were setting up the screen, CD, a lot of free runners, and they got there late, and the penalty ensued.
Yeah, somehow it didn't get into their brains that it was a screen, right? Instead of pulling off and chasing the ball downfield, they kept going towards the quarterback and knocked him down way late. That draws the penalty flag each and every time.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, an 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens just continue to roll.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Here's Spears on 2nd down.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Out of the gun, a give to Pollard.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as he's on to punt for Tennessee. Powerful running.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm willing to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson.
That is caught. Rashad Bateman.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Draw play. This is Henry. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. It was Sebastian Joseph who got him down defensively.
2nd down and 8.
Jackson.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
On 3rd down, Jackson.
And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brendan, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Odafe Oweh in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Levis now off of play action.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Odafe Oweh
dropping him for the 2nd straight play. Might want to think about blocking him here on 3rd down.
Well, they go play action. Here's Levis.
He'll air this one out for Boyd. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Oh, good move. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
A first down carry for Henry. just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And Jackson so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it.
And that is going to wind up incomplete. So they try to hit him with something you don't see too often, but it doesn't work out.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson escaping the pressure right.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
And able to steer clear of that first tackler as he works his way forward for about 4.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Again, it's Henry. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He had to run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Henry.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Ravens add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory.
And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing. Throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead. And it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances. And that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. And this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. So the pick 6, and now Levis right back to the air.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally. Stop him downfield the way you're supposed to.
An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
Levis to throw it. Okakwo holds it in left side.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that in-line.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes, but it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Running from the gun with Henry. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Henry running right.
Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
A beautiful spin and room to run. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Now a handoff to Henry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And they run the option on second down.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Mitchell.
And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens have got it on cruise control.
Tucker with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
2nd and 10. Here's Levis.
Pass incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Now again, it's Levis looking to throw it. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
Now Levis. That is caught.
Trotty. Touchdown, Titans. Tyler Boyd, 46 yards.
And the Titans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point up and good by Folk as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Play action. Now Jackson.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Ravens are pouring it on. But, Charles, in this win, they've really just had one speed, and that's been all out. They're still driving the ball downfield despite the circumstances and the big lead, and they just continue to find ways to get into the end zone with ease.
They're certainly in that zone where almost everything they try is successful and often leads to points. Teams don't get those types of games very often, so when they do, many of them just want to take advantage of it to the last second.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
1st and 10, it's Levis. He finds his man, Pollard.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Now, you don't want to see that penalty at any point, but it adds a little extra to it when it comes on 3rd down.
It certainly does, because if this were a boxing match, they had him on the ropes there. 3rd down incompletion, 4th down upcoming. Instead, that mistake resets everything back to 1st down, which means they have to stay on the field longer to try and stop this drive.
On 1st down, Levis. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And Levis going back to the air.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
And Folk's kick is good.
And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive, because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game. But to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot.
Jackson now.
That's going deep for Bateman.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Right back to Mitchell here.
A nice little juke. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
Well, that one hurts. That wipes away what would have been a big play.
But you and I both know coaches aren't real big on silver linings. But at least that play call was a successful one. Now the focus offensively, that goes
down the numbers. There he goes.
Down the left sideline.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Tucker now to add the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Titans set and ready to go on offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
Levis to throw once more. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
2nd down and 4.
Back to throw again.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
2nd down, here's Levis.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
One final try here for Will Levis. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. And the Ravens come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we sign off from Nashville.